Yeah, again, it means you're not just able to tango through it now. He drops on you, and you're actually still taking damage.
Yeah,
And it
it's
wasn't
true.
doing anything with the burst before either. So I do like the changes to the Witch Doctor. Nouns. I'm gonna grab 2 heroes in response to this one. I imagine you just want things that can jump the backline at this point. Like spirit heroes are probably going to be your priority here, as well as something like a Phantom Assassin.
Dragon Knight.
I mean, it's one hero that gets a blink dagger to jump the backline, but it's not amazing at jumping on top of the Winter Wyvern or the Witch Doctor, especially when you have to get past a Mars first.
They're countering out the
Uh,
Witch Doctor with just tons of HP regen
yeah, that is true.
and just like
I mean,
picking
Witch
super
Doctor.
tanky heroes.
Yeah, I mean, if the Witch Doctor is position 5,
Five seconds.
hold on. That means it's still gonna be a Timbersaw 3, right? It's likely to be a Dragon Knight in the mid lane?
Yeah, I think that's like the
Okay.
more likely
Mhm.
scenario, but they could also do something different. The fact that Nature's Prophet is still in the pool is surprising.
They just go for the Crystal Maid. They're gonna run mid CM again. There's no way they're running mid CM again, right? This is certainly going to be position 5.
It's
It's
probably
Husky, right?
Huskies. It's probably Huskies this game, but you don't ever know now. You never know with the nouns team. You can do whatever you want.
No, but
Uh,
you even see Dragon Knight position 5. Sammy Boys picked that. If this was like any normal team, I'd be like, okay, great. Keeper of the Light 4, Crystal Maiden 5, DK mid, Timbersaw offline. But I am genuinely not sure because of nouns.
Warrior.
that's a good pick.
Yeah, that
It's
is
really
a
good
very
against
good
all of
pick.
these heroes.
Mhm. Yeah, it is solid against everybody. Um, we do see Timbersaws like do okay against the Ursa. You end up going like
10
the 1-1-0
seconds.
build, no points of reactive armor. Your first 2 points going to Whirling Death and Timber Chain in
5
order to like
seconds.
trade with the Ursa, make sure he's always at low HP, rather than let him build up stacks with you and try to like tank
5
through it.
seconds.
You just go the damage route, but we'll see if they're able to just run the Timbersaw down. Like it goes one way or the other very heavily after the first minute or two of the game. And if you have the Witch Doctor alongside
Next
you, like there's a
turn to
lot of
bat.
damage you can pump out pretty quickly between like a quick Earth Shock, a couple auto attacks, and Coconut and Maledict.
I feel like you do need a standard carry here out of nouns. Like we do need the one position for sure. They actually get rid of the Terror Blade. Um, One thing that I was a little bit surprised about is the Nature's Prophet made it through, but I think a lot of this is because of Wyvern existing. Like people are realizing Wyvern is probably one of the best anti-push heroes,
Hmm.
and they're a little bit afraid to pick the Nature's Prophet into it. But it is just such a nouns here. Like they play it super well. Costabile loves it as well, so I wouldn't be
10
surprised if it gets banned
seconds.
right here, just in case. Also, the leash onto Ursa is like
5
unbearable to play
seconds
with
remain.
once you get the 20
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, we saw it just like cancel the BKB TP in the late game. That 100% needs to be nerfed, by the way.
Epic.
The
Oh yeah,
magic immunity
crazy.
piercing leash on the Sprout. That thing's cooldown is way too low for that to be valid inside the game. Razor Band out last here. I mean, I guess I just don't want the Ursa to be run down. To be a very aggressive, like fast-paced position 1. Get yourself a quick
10
BKB refresher
seconds
orb.
remain.
You have decent push already with the Dragon Knight. You just be able to close the game
5
out fairly fast with the
seconds.
Razor, I feel. So, DogChamp not wanting to play against that one. Mounts
Dire's
are, yeah,
choose.
out of reserve time now. They go
Oh,
for the
okay.
Phantom Assassin themselves. I mean,
Classic Mars
I
counter.
was talking about that one earlier on. Mars counter and grid jumping the backline because you want to be able to get on top of this Winter Wyvern and Witch Doctor, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's just
if
generally
you,
good. Like the Ursa has to go MKB. He doesn't like going MKB until like
10
third item. It's always
seconds.
going to be like that, like Battle Fury into like BKB.
5
Then maybe you
seconds
can,
remain.
go Blink and then MKB. So it's not easy. Like you don't want to have to itemize for this. Doesn't come out
Mhm.
early enough. So PA, super solid pick here. That being said, DogChamp do have last pick for the mid lane. And you could look at something like a Necrophos here. It's pretty good. You also, I mean, luckily you're not playing into a Viper. That would have been like absolutely like soul crushing. But you could go for like a Necrophos potentially.
Necrophos last pick here. I would just consider about the amount of magic damage they have if you want to go Necrophos. Like, your Ghost Shroud is not doing much this game. DK is mostly magic damage between his Breathe Fire and his Fireball. Like, Timbersaw's pure damage is all still going to hit you. They go back to the Death Prophet.
Make the ultimate
All
Where are they
right.
going to run this, though?
It's got to be mid lane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Fade on it. It's been a lot less popular in mid recently. I mean, after the nerf, especially when you're not able to just like grab the enemy team's tier 1 tower when you get back for a little bit, or when they try to make a rotation off to like top or bottom, like, the lack of punish just makes DP feel a lot more underwhelming. I think it's still good as a position 5, but as a mid, I don't think you get enough tower damage from it anymore.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens here in game number 1, Nouns versus DogChamp. Again, a very important game for both these teams. I think Nouns, if they go 2-0 here, will tie for first, which is pretty interesting. We'll have to look at the brackets and stuff after the game. It's going to be
They
very
have tied
confusing.
for first, and I think our admins will literally die if they do, because there's like no way to break the tie other than like coming up with some like on the fly solution. Like they might even have to do a coin flip to figure out how it is that they break the tie with wildcard. The 2-0 DogChamp here. So for the admin's sake, they're really hoping DogChamp take at least one game. Yeah,
Dude,
I for one want to see chaos happen. I want to see them tie wildcard.
take me back to the coin flip era of Dota. I want it.
What coin flip era of Dota?
Dude, that happened. Do you not remember this?
No, I don't.
Yeah, there was like literally like coin flips on a tiebreaker at once, I thought.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think that actually
I don't recall
happened.
this one. It would be very funny if they were forced to do something like that, though. I made a couple suggestions. Mine were things like alphabetical order for the first team that's like has the last name that comes first.
I think they've been
Obviously, these
going
weren't very good
to.
suggestions.
There's
Huh?
been certain tiebreaker rules that are now going to like who won the game.
Hold on.
Fastest.
Do you see what? Speaking of fast, do you see what Zfreak just did? We
he,
watching him.
he ran on the Keeper of the Light and placed a ward.
He ran. Say he bought boots. They recently changed the game, so you can sell your starting items the first 30 seconds of the game. He bought smoke and boots of speed on this boots of travel, or sorry, on this Keeper of the Light, and sold them in the secret shop here. So he buys boots to get out faster, place the ward down quicker, and then sells his boots at the shop where he's able to for the full refund of 500 gold.
That's pretty smart.
30 seconds.
It looks like they are going to dodge the lane here as well. We got Timbersaw very far in the tree's bottom. He's just, he's just role playing. He's cutting trees. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah. Zfreak's got such a huge brain, man. It's crazy. Somebody theory crafted this to me, and I'm like, yeah, it probably won't work. Not that many heroes can get over there fast enough, but I think you can actually get over there with like most heroes. Obviously, he had tons of spare time with somebody who's fast as Keeper of the Light. And then he sent out some other items on his courier after he sold the boots for full price. So just like one little advantage you can get over some of these enemies here. And obviously, if you're able to get the wards down before the enemies can scout you, they're that much less likely to counter ward it at the beginning of the game. If B9 does it anyways, I'm going to laugh, though.
Looks like they are just now getting vision of the scenario with this lane swap. They see the CM top. Oh, wait a minute. Stonebank's coming back. They can't really decide, I think. They haven't seen where Timbersaw or the Phantom Assassin are, and they will now see that. So the question is, will DogChamp try to avoid the lane, or are they just going to fight into it?
I mean, they've got a Witch Doctor, man. It's definitely a hero you're more than happy to fight into a tri-lane with. He actually would first point Voodoo Restoration rather than going this new Maledict build, and it kind of makes sense, especially if you're just getting blasted by like a bunch of heroes.
Coliseum have two very spammable, very high damage magic spells, right? So
yeah, big AoE, big damage. Some of the best in the game. Oh, I mean, I'm certain that they benefit on this on the side of Nouns. Like bottom lane, Timbersaw has already zoned speed completely out of the lane. Who is at the top of the net worth right now? I mean, it's very early to say that, but you're like putting the man on his signature hero, his claim to fame, into like a melee strength hero that he counters in a 1v1 scenario. Like, you 100% wanted to switch this up on DogChamp. You're not going to come out on top here.
yeah, there's not a lot you can do in the like Mars v Timbersaw matchup. Like Mars, he's just a relatively strong hero, but he doesn't have the ability to like fight into Timbersaw, especially once Timbersaw gets, towards level 6. Level 6 is a death sentence for sure.
Yeah. We could bravely talk about this mid lane matchup between the Death Prophet and the Dragon Knight. Gunna's gone 2 points into his Dragon's Blood, one to Breathe Fire.
Level 2 power spike top. Can they find Yorin? He's going to go ahead and pop that Arctic Burn, but it's not enough to get him away. And now B9 in trouble as a Frost Blast into the root comes through. They got it. Double kill for Z-Freak on the Coddle. I want to say Frost Blast. That's not in this game. Crystal Nova.
Yeah. Good use of the ice armor there by the Crystal Maiden. Frost Blast.
Combo of
it's same thing. It's an ice spell.
I mean, I knew it was Frostbite, you know, and then I was like, oh, what's the other spell called?
Frost bit your tongue on that one.
Good one.
Wait, thank you. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit.
Very cool.
So, yeah, I've gone through a lot of mana here on the CM and haven't had an opportunity to put a point into Arcane Aura yet. I mean, Z-Freak can top up Husky's mana and his own mana for that mana just by spamming out Chakra Magic, and they continue to struggle up here. In the bottom lane, it is definitely still going the way of Moo. Mars, I mean, Speed's managed to find some CS down here, which is kind of impressive. But again, the lanes are 100% going the way of nouns right now. You need a change, and it's not like you can make a rotation at like the 5-6 minute mark on Fade. Like you can a Spirit Hero. It is very easy to just walk away from the Death Crop and like TP out at the first sign of danger. So I don't see a great way of them coming back in this one.
Well, they're going to be able to just do a little bit of harassment back just from the Splinter Blast, and they do have the Coconut is going to come through. I mean, Husky's taking a lot of damage, especially from that creep wave as well, so he's going to have to be a little careful. Just gets a salve from Z-Freak. Very nice. Yeah. Z-Freak's got the gold. He got the double killer earlier. You know, he's the rich old man.
Yeah. Not rich enough to be able to step out of the lane and start building up stacks for any of his teammates, though. He's just blasting like the side camp here inside the jungle. I would like to see him have the opportunity to step away, but it's a little bit dangerous when you're fighting to the tri-lane here. Nobody's made a rotation for water runes or anything like that either. It's just been a static tri-lane since the beginning of the game, which is kind of unheard of in the current patch. You see heroes moving around the map a lot more than this, usually.
Yeah, but I mean, so far it's not going terribly here for the side of DogChamp. They are getting very aggressive, trying to chase down these heroes, but a big blast there from Coddle will, you know, push them back a little bit. Another salve expended here, this one on the Costa Bile. We haven't really talked about the mid lane matchup that often, but Gunner, 2-1-2 build, Fade 3-0-1 here, and he is just dropping Crypt Swarm after Crypt Swarm onto this Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and he's getting forced super far back. I mean, he's got this double bracer build, but he hasn't had the opportunity to go for like a magic wand or anything like that yet, which probably would have been nice against Fade. At the very least, to be able to spam your spells a little bit more. That lane is going reasonably well for you, but it's the only lane that's going well for you.
I mean, Ursa's doing all right.
I think Ursa's doing all right.
Oh, I say that right as he gets in a little bit of trouble here. He'll be fine. You got B9 here with that Voodoo Rester. Okay, wait a minute. Less fine? He's dead. Opposite of fine. B9, meanwhile, Golden Brace going to give him a little bit of space, but the big blast here from Coddle. Continuing the chase here. No spells left on the CM, but she pops a mango. She'll be fine.
Yeah. She has a couple more in her pocket as well if she wanted to blast out any more spells, but decides to hold her mana. Mid lane, Fade is trying to pop his ultimates and put some pressure on the tower and Gunner, but I mean, this is going to be the sad part of the exorcism. It's kind of going to do some damage here, but the 50% reduction is absolutely massive. Look what Gunner does, by the way. He pulls the creep wave off. Yeah. So it cleans up the siege creep very quickly because he did this, and he gets a double damage rune. Blocks Fade from being able to grab that one. So big plays. Top lane again. Stonebank about to drop.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah, this top lane, this tri-lane scenario, Coddle CM doing a lot of work here as they're now just going to be able to chase after Yaren here. Jump forward on Costa Bile. One more Crystal Nova. He just gets the auto attack instead. They all managed to get out of here. Wait. Wait, why did he walk back in?
He was tired of living.
I guess actually it's one of those deaths where you're like, I bought out, whatever, I'm fine. Moo is top lane now, suddenly on the Timber Saw as he's decided he wants to join the party. Yeah, quick kill onto B9, and that's going to be a long walk back. They go ahead and TP up the Mars. They want to try and stop this push. Arena Spear comes out. Costa Bile instantly down. Very sick play there by Speed.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really a party until Moo arrived. Speed actually is going to have to be a little bit careful here. But yeah, they do manage to turn things around to find themselves one. The kill off Nico's Tabila is a pretty big deal. But I'd say things are still going very well for now. It's all over the map.
Yeah.
Fade's Lane is the only one that they had the advantage in. And it's net worth looking like now. I mean, it's a 500 net worth lead over in the mid lane. So that's something. But with this 50% nerf to Death Prophet's ultimate, I am not sure this matters as much as it should.
Yeah, the Exorcism is not doing like a lot. I mean, it didn't do any damage to the mid tower, right? And a lot of that's just because of the way Gunner played the lane, like pulling that creep wave. Moo, his rotation top actually did a lot of damage to this tier 1 tower, but it still will end up standing. And the cores have now rotated bottom, so Costa Bile as well as Stonebank down here trying to find what farm that they can.
I mean, he wants to get himself a quick Battle Fury this game on the Phantom Assassin. He went for the Orb Corrosion because he's playing in like a kill lane. But this did slow him down a little bit on his way there. So they've got to make a little bit of space for him. The lane switch does make sense to me. Stonebank, in the meantime, is up in his team's triangle. I'm pretty sure this is easy to invade as soon as Moo wants to invade it. But right now, his objective is just like putting the pressure in this top lane, taking his first tier 1, and creating more space on the map for his team to farm. They make a rotation with several heroes. Yeah, he is. They make a rotation with several heroes over to the mid lane, but they don't end up connecting with anything. So a bit of wasted time right now on DogChamp. And they're going to move up to the top and try to grab Moo on this Timber Saw. He's got no wand charges. And Arena is back up in just a second. He sees Speed running him, and it kind of gives away the play that they want to make.
They dropped the Exorcism mid as well, but Keeper of the Light was just here to instantly take down the creep wave. So there's just no real punish for this. They can't really push the tower at all. And like you said, Moo, who's just constantly farming on the top side of the map and might finally get punished by Fade in his rotation. Timber Chain's pretty dang far away. Coconut will follow, though. Second Spirit Siphon does come through, and this is 2 points in the Maledict. It might be enough to take him down. Moo's still regenning through it all, but he finally ends up going down. One last Crypt Swarm there from Fade will do it.
They try to get as much damage as they can to this tier 1 tower in mid lane while he goes down, but they didn't have Dragon Form available, so it is limited. Nice clean up there by them and making the best out of this, or trying to make the best out of the situation in this game right now on the side of DogChamp. They do need things to go their way pretty quickly here, because again, this lineup is meant to play a lot faster than Nouns is.
Dude, Speed is having a fantastic game. Like, he's just been pretty much left alone. Like, he's been able to play in a solo lane pretty much the whole game. Moo, on the other hand, like, he did come rotate top and spent some time up there, but after that happened, they just left Speed again, and he's level 9 here on this Mars. Pretty farmed as well. Far away from the Blink, though, as he did go for some early items.
Soul Ring, Phase Boots, Ring of Health, or does it have a little bit of sustain? I mean, he did about as well as he could have up in the lane, like against a counter. So he's doing fairly well for himself. I wouldn't go as far to say that he's having a fantastic game, though.
Yeah, definitely not Moo in terms of net worth. He is having a great time.
Yeah. That death did shut him down a little bit, though. Moving on to DK. Yeah, he's just going to TP over to the mid lane after he sees the Spear come out from Speed. Looks like they want to set up here, use the last of the Elder Dragon form to get some damage in on this tower alongside the Catapult.
Actually smoked up here on DogChamp on the backside, but Kozubile was there to break it, so Mars will not get the wraparound he wants. And they'll just disengage on Nouns.
Bottom lane. It looked like they're going to set up on Stonebank there.
Moo just going lane to lane, trying to do what tower damage he can by just keeping the catapults alive. But we'll respect their damage this time and not going to overcommit.
Yep. It was good for Costa Pila, again, getting close to that battle theory that he's been working on. Still a little ways off. Went for the power treads and the orb of corrosion before he's got it. And I mentioned that one before. Does end up slowing you down, but they did a reasonably good job up in their tri lane, like shutting down this Ursa with the help of this orb of corrosion the Phantom Assassin had. DogChamp just like they're making these movements try to match what nouns are doing, but they can't actually connect on anybody until they have the blink dagger completed on the Mars. So all these rotations it feels kind of like they're wasting a bit of time, and you're a lot slower than you were in the previous patch. Thanks to the fact that this exorcism only does half the damage that it did before. Top lane.
Top lane, but also bottom lane. Yeah, I guess the bigger kill though goes to Belay top lane if he does end up falling, and he does. A God's Rebuke there to finish him off. The exchange is the Witch Doctor. Not very worth it, but Gunnar getting to work on this tower. So it's just going to be a 1-for-1 tier 1 tower bottom. Overall, still not that bad for the side of nouns. Blink Dragon Tail comes out onto the Death Prophet. Cold Embrace though. He's going to be plenty healthy. Dragon on dragon action. That's what we all like to see.
Thanks, Ricky.
Which one's going to win the fight? It looks like it's going to be the Dragon Knight. Nice blink to dodge out that coconut.
Yeah. They'll probably turn the rise over to the mid lane after that. It was a good punish for like the Mars keeping up to the top lane. Yes, he did end up losing the Phantom Assassin, but you get the tower and, you know, you
Also
find
mid.
yourself 2 kills. Yeah.
They're having a hard time. Like I'll be honest, Nouns like movements around the map have been so sick. Like they are just doing so good at just pushing down all of these towers and playing their timing right now. And oh my god, oh my god. Thank you, Gunnar and Z-Freak.
Silences are coming out. They're all forced back though. Yule's stopped Mars from being able to get a spear off and initiate into that one. But it's one of the issues with them. Every time they see a Mars make a movement around the map, they know without the Mars, there's no way the DogChamp can fight into them. So they just like make a play elsewhere. They also know they can kind of punish the fact that this guy doesn't have his blink dagger yet. We're almost like 14 minutes into the game. So they're giving them the runaround at the moment. He's getting closer to it. It's like 500 gold off, and this is the next major timing for the side of DogChamp.
Ooh, they found Fade bottom, but he has a Yules. Buy himself a little bit of time. Still a lot of damage coming through from the Chakram, but man, Death Prophet very good at keeping herself alive.
Back off. I'm not sure why Speed's going for this one. I mean, maybe he finds it, but he wastes a lot of time that he could be farming, getting close to this blink dagger.
Gunnar has this DD rune in mid, nearly kills Stonebank, and now B9? He's gonna be okay. They don't want to go ahead and try and punish it. Gunnar's just gonna go back to farming. He's gotta get that shard online here pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, ideal timing for the Dragon Knights having like the power treads. Yarn?
Winter's Curse bottom onto Moo, and the arena trapped inside. There's gonna be the spear. They got him.
Goes the wave speed as well. Much needed gold gets him close to his blink dagger. He's only like 120 off now. At that point, they can start to pick up the pace and, you know, maybe secure some towers. The threat of him jumping on top of them make it a lot easier for them to like commit an exorcism or dive them behind buildings, stop them from getting away. So this one is huge for them. Pierre's on the other side of the map trying to farm up this Battle Fury. It's like 300 gold off at the moment. Just about has that one done. But about to hit a really good timing on the side of DogChamp, despite the fact that, you know, now it's R up 4K net worth here at 50 minutes into the game. There's a Battle Fury on Ursa as well.
Yeah, I figured this would be his build this game. He pretty much has to go the Battle Fury. He might go Blink or BKB next. It's hard to say, but yeah, it's got to come out here fairly soon. Battle Fury now finished up on close to Belay, coming out on Courier, so decent timings for both of the cores. That being said, you know, you do have like this Orb of Corrosion as well on your PA. Oh, they're gonna jump speed here in the mid lane. The Dragon Tail comes out, holding him inside that Chakram, and plenty of damage to finish him off. As Moo continues to search here for more, but not gonna find anything.
Yeah, nice kill. After he got his blink tag as well, so they weren't able to set up anything with that to reveal there. They get the TP out, managed to escape.
Yeah, he saw the turn saw coming in.
Yeah, they actually pop out their dragon form here. It's got an arcane rune, so it will be off a cooldown fairly quickly. I'm not sure if you saw B9.
Yeah, they got
I see him now.
Nothing you can do there.
What
Except
can you
maybe
do?
just not be there. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Blink Dragon Tail once again this time. Silence. It might be enough to save Fade here, but okay. Husky comes in. Big freezing field. No silence to stop it. And another stun as well, thanks to the arcane runes. So
Did he mean to
Prophet's
drop?
going to go down.
Did he mean to drop that on the Husky and drop it on himself by mistake?
The Yules?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Those are self Yules,
Yeah. Good question. I don't know.
wasn't it? It might have been.
He got rooted and I think instantly Yules like at the same moment the freezing field came out. So I don't think he like intended to,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
I think he was just like, I need to move rather than cancel the ult. But
Yeah.
either way, I think he dies. A 7,000 gold lead now for Nouns. These guys looking very clean these last couple of days.
Hmm.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a sponsorship that's doing it,
Yeah, it is.
and the glasses, the noggles, as I'm told they're called. Yeah.
Spirit Vessel
Instant
completed
plus-
up on the Keeper of the Light, so pretty dang farmed here on your 4 position. Z-Freak has just been able to hang out bold. They got the scan right on the money. They know he's in
Yeah.
here somewhere, and Yaren flying through the trees. They're going to find him. Z-Freak gets the blinding light off, but it's not going to be enough to save him.
Yeah. And with that, they're already set up underneath this tier 1 tower down the bottom. I mean, I don't think they'll be able to defend this. Next, Speed is TPing over the mid lane. Doesn't defend his tower. He'll probably get the deny off here. Yeah, that's exactly what he does. Mu already putting pressure on the top. He clears out the trees as well. Wants to be able to punish anybody who tries to TP in. It's just like de-incentivize them from doing
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I mean, you've got the tier 2 tower in the mid lane down that opens outpost, so they grab it immediately, and you've still got DK form top lane plus Timbersaw. So this is going to be 2 tier 2 towers for the side of Nouns, and no one really on the side of DogChamp able to slow them down.
Yeah. Off of this one.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's
The
gonna
Blink
try on
Arena.
Speed.
They find Husky. Not a bad kill. But, oh, he actually used Freezing Field at the very end there. Regen Rune coming through, but Speed, I don't think he's going to make it out of this one. Cosbele rotates on in. Z-Freak is here as well on the Coddle. If they get the
wanna find
blinding, ooh, he's going to go ahead and find that Witch Doctor, but there's going to be the Exorcism coming through, and they're going to be able to grab Mu. So much damage coming through from the Ursa there.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate coconut out on. Well, I guess fortunate for B9. He throws out off onto the timber saw. It ends up connecting down with the camp, then immediately bounces back into the timber at like max bounce distance. Gunner.
He pops that ult to try and get that bonus movement speed, but Death Prophet's just too fast. Ends up being a fantastic series of kills here for the side of DogChamp.
Yeah, they dive that one pretty deep, like trying to get a little bit more so they can move back and potentially take Roshan. Like, they get the Mars, which is an excellent kill, but again, they kind of baited themselves, just trying to get a little bit more. Because Roshan looks super free. If you manage to, like, chase the enemies out, you've taken the top tier 2, the mid tier 2, and the outpost. But yeah, ahead of themselves there for sure. So they managed to bring it back there on DogChamp. It's a bunch of XP and gold going their way after that one.
Oh, B9 in an awkward spot here.
He just goes down. So they are going to go for this version that I talked about. Again, it is super free when you've taken all these buildings and you have outposts. They take an outpost back on DogChamp at the moment, but you've got pretty good vision around the pit right now. Like, you can see super deep into the enemy team's jungle.
Yeah, these 3 wards are so value. If the side of DogChamp even attempted to start heading towards Roshan, and they had been found, so
Yeah.
they opt not to. And good stuff here overall from the
Not so much for Yaren.
Oh, he gets the blink. I mean, that Arctic burn, that extra 2-second flight time, it's working. He's gonna
looks
survive.
like he's gonna give up.
Okay.
Dude, it would be so frustrating if he drops a Splinter Blast on the creep wave. Oh my god, he does. Moo's going to... All right, let's see how strong Moo's mental is.
Does he have
He might just
shard yet?
ignore it.
He's almost got shard.
Moo's
got
got
one
very
creep.
strong mental.
He's got 1
He just
creep.
ignores with Wyvern. Yeah, he's got it. It's fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is what we talked about, though. I mean, we saw this earlier on Winter Wyvern, just like the Aghanim Shard Rush and just being able to Splinter Blast, Cold Embrace a Creep Wave. Be able to clear it out instantly. Ursa in the jungle, getting run down by Costabile.
Dude, that's the Enrage. That's a big deal. Double TPs coming through, though. Stonebank, no BKB available. He's got to be careful, and they might just go ahead and dive here behind the trees. That's exactly what they're going to do. They find B9 here on the Witch Doctors. He wants to drop the Maledict, doesn't even get the option. Winter's Curse comes through onto the Timber Saw to try and slow him down, but Gunner just goes up onto the high ground. There's the Blink, the Dragon Tail, the Solar Bind, the Spirit Vessel, and a crit on the Dagger as well, just for safe measure. Fate does have a BKB and a Yule, so Death Prophet not really a kill target, but they get themselves a lot out of it. Recall to the mid lane. They found Mars. Dude, what a sick play.
So Speed actually managed to take down Moose Curry with a Hood of Defiance on it while that team fight was happening, and then he immediately wants to just do damage control. He realized, okay, bottom lane shoved in, top they're pretty far away from. As long as I block mid lane in, they're not gonna be able to take any objectives off this last team fight, but Z-Freak makes that instant rotation in. Punish what Speed is doing.
Dude,
Read his mind.
Just goes in with a BKB on Costa Bile. He's slowed down by the Chakram. He's dead. Turning it on over to B9. Costa Bile gets 2. They will be able to punish the Timber Saw there with the Death Prophet, but again, it just seems like it's all nouns here. They still got Aegis for another 2.5 minutes.
Care to elaborate?
Moose got no fear. Straight past the enemy tier 4s nearby their fountain. And you know what the difference maker was there? I mean, maybe if you had the damage block from that Hood of Defiance, wouldn't have taken so much from the Maledict, you would have survived it all. Would have been just fine, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you to elaborate, but you didn't give me the option.
Already done. All right, so they're going to play a little bit more careful until Moose back up on the map, I imagine. You almost have the BKB, Desolator completed on the Phantom Assassin. Just need another 300 gold for this one. A huge damage can be coming out at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh. They got their eyes on Costa. No BKB for
BKB's
10.
on cooldown.
Yeah, they got him. Husky comes in, trying to keep him alive. He does have a 4-staff. Blink strikes out Yorin. Careful, bud. There's gonna be the freezing field from Husky. The Dragon Tail comes through. Big Winter's Curse to cancel, but Speed, he doesn't have the damage to finish off the PA alone. Big turnaround. Fade's just gonna be forced to BKB TP home.
That is so bad. Exorcism's still on cooldown for another 60 seconds as well, so you're not going to have BKB or Exorcism for this next defense, and you're still fighting into Aegis. The Phantom Assassin. Surprised that Costa Bile, yeah, doesn't need to TP back, just gets healed up by the urns, and he's Illuminate Blast from the Keeper of the Light. Like, now the the Desolator is coming out to you now. Like, they're going to tear through these towers in no time at all. Elsewhere on the map, they end up losing Stonebank to Moo and Gunner.
Yeah, it doesn't have the BKB quite yet. I mean, that thing that's so sick about Coddle is you can make these TPs and not get punished for it, because he's just going to recall one of them as soon as his ult's back up.
Yeah.
So it's like, I played this just yesterday, or I mean, not just yesterday, I haven't played Dota for several days, but last time I played, we had a Coddle get like shard at like the 18-minute mark. Now Sand King with bots, and I'm just like running around the map, and he just recalls you right in. It's so nice.
Ow. The coconuts. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh, by the way, did I ever tell you when I opened those gifts someone sent me the other day? Did I tell you what they were?
You did.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, you're getting older.
I am, dude.
You're starting to forget the stories that you've told a million times before. Unlucky.
Just means they got to be told a million more times.
Nah. It was a good story. No, excellent gift. You've got great friends. He's still working on he built an Aether Lens on this Dragon Knight. He's going for an Octarine core on Gunner.
That's a very based build, honestly.
It is unique. It is very unique. Dude, this thing is expensive too. You can just like get yourself an Aghanim Scepter.
Or an
instead.
AC.
Or an AC. Yeah. Very expensive item.
I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen Aether Lens into Octarine, but that being said, Dragon Tail is like one of the sickest stuns in the game. And just lower cooldown Dragon Tail is fantastic, especially when you have a Coddle on your team. You can actually just chain stun a hero for like 8 seconds.
For cooldown reduction, 6 seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can get pretty close to it right now if you're just like Dragon Tail, but then there's like a 0.5 second window where you guys to make a move.
Moo goes in, happens to run into all 5 heroes of the enemy team. His gem is in danger. And he's going to go down first. Gunner on the backside, able to jump on top of the Winter Wyvern with the help of Costa to get both supports. Quick buyback onto one. They've held Stonebank in place. He buys it. He pops that BKB, grabs the gem, pops the Enrage, but I don't know how this one's gonna work, sir. Big freezing field from Husky, doing work. Speed walks on the high ground, realizes his mistake as he goes down, shredded by the CM. Costa continuing his aggression here onto Yarn, now looking for Stonebank. Under the ward he goes. The Dragon Tail from downtown, a big crit from the PA. Triple kill for Gunner on the DK. And that is a 6 for 2.
Yeah, that was super rough for Ursa. I mean, you're fighting into a Phantom Assassin, you got 50% evasion. You don't have any way of piercing that to begin with. But he gets crit right off the bat when he enters that team fight. So already he's like hesitating and wanting to get back a little bit there. It was like super rough. I think it was just like a stifling dagger or something like that at the very beginning. But like way too much control for them. I'm not sure how they fight into this at this point. Like this was supposed to be a draft that plays very fast on DogChamp, and they managed to stall out to the late game here on Nouns.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's a lot left that you can do here. The blink range into the Dragon Tail from the Dragon Knight's actually pretty terrifying with this Aether Lens. So there's really nowhere that's safe. If the team of Nouns, like they see you, they're just gonna jump. 17k gold lead.
This Aether Lens pickup is hilarious.
Dude, it's actually, you know, not that bad.
Yeah, Gunner's an innovator, man. Is a real genius.
Just gonna sell the wand, yeah. He's got it.
Yeah, right after he clears this out.
Ooh, Spooter legs. That's a good one.
He's gonna be happy about that. 9-second cooldown on this thing as well, thanks to the Octarine Core. What? Like 7.5 second cooldown, 3.5 second single target stun.
Yeah.
It was pretty far as well.
Husky,
right, let's
able
see
to
this
find the
go to
Ursa.
work.
There's gonna be the Winter's Curse. Doesn't catch anyone, so it will get dispelled right away. But the Winter Wyvern caught out as a result of that one.
I'm pretty sure he just like. No, certainly don't blink on top of the high ground like a madman, do you?
Yes, he does.
You don't have vision up there, Gunner. Don't do it. Don't do it,
Gunner
Gunner.
won't. He's got vision. There it is. Blink on the high ground. He goes in. Costa pops the BKB. B9 goes down. No buyback in Stonebank. Forced to BKB and run away. The Glimmer Cape. Was it a Glimmer Cape? I don't know. Something he got out. It's just the Enrage.
Yeah.
Seriously, how did he go in this? Oh yeah, he got glimmered by Witch Doctor on his dying breath.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, I could have sworn I saw it, but I clicked Fade and Speed, and I was like, neither of them would have a Glimmer Cape.
Yeah. 100% the Witch Doctor there. They're dropping that on DK as well before he ended up jumping up onto the high ground. Just in case they had like an observer underneath the tower. Be able to see it from further out there. Everybody's backing up for now. I mean, they don't necessarily need to. What's up?
The classic gem in the Roche pit.
Oh yeah, this one again. I'm surprised they didn't end up nerfing this one. This feels like 100% play that they don't want them to make. But this is like the common tactic right now. You drop the gem inside the Roche pit. You can put a courier nearby it as well, so the courier is able to pick up the gem, then fly away if the enemy's like, it looks like they're about to make a move over there. But yeah, you scout the Roche respawn with that gem. This play's only possible when you have like complete map control though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just give the enemy team a gem.
Backside of the fight, Costa goes in with the DD, but a Cold Embrace gonna protect Speed. Stonebank catching the first stun. He needs help and fast. Costa is gonna pop his BKB. Arena just trying to get away here on the side of DogChamp. Big Winter's Curse doesn't actually catch anyone. So again, Costa is out, ready to fight. You have lost the Ursa. Witch Doctor stuck inside. That fireball and just no chance at all. Speed Spirit doesn't end up stunning anyone. They just turn it around. Husky with a Force Staff comes in with a big freezing field, holding down two as they just explode on the side of DogChamp. 4 heroes dead. Yaren running back to base here, but in pursuit, the GG comes through. And that is going to be game number 1 in the bag here.
Again, I think Speed played this about as well as he could, but he wasn't really set up for success this game. Blink Terror came out a little bit slower than you might have wanted it to stop you from being able to set up more aggressive plays on the Nouns. But the Death Prophet pick was also kind of weird. I think in the previous patch would have done enough damage to these towers to be able to get yourself some early map control. But Nouns were just always on the front foot that entire game. There wasn't ever a point where you had a net worth advantage on DogChamp, and you needed that with your early game lineup.
Yeah, it was very strange. Like, it just didn't feel like they had any damage to take down heroes like Timbersaw and Dragon Knight, let alone both of them in the same fight. There's a couple times Timbersaw just went in, Moo just threw his body at them and does end up dying, but like the space that was made from doing so, the spells that were committed, always end up benefiting the side of Nouns. And yeah, just a steady win for them. Well done.
Yeah. This does give us put us one match away from a potential crazy tiebreaker situation with wildcard, but the admin apparently is going to brief us on exactly what's going to happen in between the games. So, and of course, we end up getting a client update. Why wouldn't we? And between game 1 and 2 right now. So we're gonna have to hop to a short break pretty quickly here.
Yeah. So that being said, we'll be back here with game number 2 of Nouns versus DogChamp after the break. We'll see y'all soon.